Welcome to this particularly rainy and I guess not too cold of a day. It's not going to be that big of a day today. I might not even upload this. I guess we'll see. Just head to my dad's house and getting some of his famous burritos. Can't wait. It's been a long time since I had a proper dad pops burrito. Pretty excited. But yeah, this is Washington weather for you. Somewhat cold, kind of rainy. Actually, Washington is not in the top states for rain, surprisingly. Learned that in a trip that we took in one of the Seattle guided tours or something. Yeah, I believe even Seattle itself is like number 55 on the list of most rainy cities in the world. So, interesting fun fact right there. Glad you know now. Oh, my nose. Oh, all up in my nose. She's digging for gold. Cutest puppy in the world, y'all. This is what happens when I come over to my dad's.
Well, it's my experience having worked on the Senate Judiciary.
Between this and that little guy,
I'm not just talking about this
that girl hiding in her blanket.
The Senate Judiciary Committee has had before.
Oh, the puppy left. We about to leave? We about to leave? I think he's leaving. I think my dad just left me.
In a way that, of course, with his
Look at that dude. Look at that cute dude. He wants up so bad. Oh, that's why she's hiding. She doesn't like cameras. I forgot that Penelope doesn't like cameras. So she'll hide. This one. Hi. Hi. That one. Will senators on both sides of the aisle just act as a... Hello everybody, as you may be able to tell, it's now the next day. So, look what I got. You probably already see it from the title, but iPhone 8 Plus is cool. You're going to watch my quick unboxing video of it. And this has been a long time coming because I'm going from a... let's get rid of that notification. Maybe. Maybe not. It's not going away. Anyways, I'm going from an iPhone SE to the 8 Plus. So let's see how this goes. It's been a long time since I've unboxed an iPhone. Sorry, I'm in bed, the comforts of my bed. And since it's been so long, I don't know if this is new, but now apparently there's this little tab you can pull to unbox or to unwrap the phone. So I'm gonna pull it. Ooh. It's got a nice feel to that. And my cat's gonna come in here. Really don't want him on the Mac, so hopefully he'll hurry along. Cool. Alright, let's pull this out. Doing this with one hand. Designed by Apple in California. Pull this out. Everybody already knows all this stuff, but in case you don't, get a little guide to how to use your iPhone. Got some stickers, and I don't know what this is. Warranty stuff, user guide, safety, fun stuff. But this is what you've been waiting for. Ooh, it's quite a bit heavier than an SE. You also get your power brick, headphones, dongle, and charge port, USB. Not USB-C, sadly. So that's it. This part doesn't come off. So now, let's give it the first boot up. Now, I used to have an iPhone 6 Plus, as you may have seen in my old videos. With my iPhone 6 Plus, performance being downgraded because of the degrading battery, I had to use her iPhone SE for a while because I just couldn't handle the performance downgrade on my 6 Plus. So that was quite the challenge. United States. I think that's where I am. Alright, so I'll be back after I set up my iPhone, and I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way. Instead of doing iCloud, I'm going to use iTunes. So I'll be back in a minute. Just wanted to give a quick heads up, if you're restoring from iTunes, it may not work, because in order to do it, as you can see, continue, backup cannot be restored because the software on this iPhone is too old. So now, what do you do when you come across this situation? Perhaps the only thing you can really do, go through the long process of setting up as a new phone, signing in to all your information. Then once you do all that, do your update. Once you do your update, you can reset your phone as new and start the whole setup process over again. But I guess instead what I'm going to do is I'm just going to back up this phone to iCloud and just restore it that way. Which kind of sucks because I believe it'd be faster to do it through iTunes. But you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. Alright, now the iPhone 8 Plus is all set up. I'll show you guys in just a second, but this is the 8 Plus, the SE, and the 6 Plus. So, just to do a little small comparison, I shall first start them up, show you their boot up times. Now this won't be perfect, I only have one hand and the other one's holding the camera. Not one of those fancy YouTubers with all the money for the cool stuff like a stand, but I'll do the best I can do. And so now I switched up 8 Plus, 6 Plus, SE. So I think I'll just start up the 6 Plus first because I'm sure this is going to take the longest time. Get that going. Let's get the SE going first, and then, I guess the 8 Plus is going, so we'll see how long this will take. I'll probably speed up the footage a little bit. And as you can see, the 6 Plus definitely took the longest time to boot up. And these are pretty similar in setup in terms of what's on each device, because I originally was on the 6 Plus. Then I went on to the SE until I got my 8 Plus in. Oops, don't want to do that. So let's sign in real quick. Alright, all signed in. So first off, as you can tell, the size difference between the SE and the 8 Plus, or the Plus series phones. And I'm sorry, I'm getting a lot of notifications coming in, don't mind that. But it's definitely a huge difference between these, and while I was using the SE for the week until my 8 Plus came in, it was easy and hard. The easy part was being able to do everything with one finger without any problems. I can pretty much reach anywhere I want to reach. The problem was watching videos on this small screen. It killed me going from a Plus size model to the SE size phone. Now I do have True Tone on, so that would explain why it's a little different in color between these devices. So as you can already see from the boot up speeds, 8 Plus was definitely the fastest. Now let's see what they are like in terms of games boot up speeds. And unfortunately, because the SE screen is smaller, I had to put the games folder on the second screen. So first, let's start up with KOTOR. It's not a very intensive game, but it is still a heavy game to boot up. So we'll start off with the 6 Plus, and I go SE, and 8 Plus. Now again, it's not super scientific with how fast these are going to be because I only have one hand. But as you saw, I started up the 6 Plus first, and it was the last to do it. So that was the game performance. The other ones were internet based, so signing into one game with multiple phones on the same account wouldn't have worked. But we can do something else, like starting up the TV app. I know it used to take forever on the 6 Plus, so I guess we'll see if it'll still take forever like it used to. TV. So the 8 Plus loaded first, followed by the SE, and the 6 Plus is still going. And now the 6 Plus is finally caught up with the rest of the gang. Now granted, the 6 Plus is having the issue of a very degraded battery, and as Apple has admitted recently that degraded battery iPhone 6, 6S's, and 7s will be throttled in their performance. So this phone is being throttled. This is more or less a real world experience of the speed difference between these phones. If you have a degraded battery on an iPhone, this is about the difference of speed that you can expect from these devices. Now, one great thing about the 8 Plus that neither the 6 Plus or the SE has is the ability to watch movies in HDR. And I'll tell you right now, the HDR movies are pretty nice. Hopefully I'll be able to show you the difference on camera. I'll also try to take screenshots so I can show the difference. I guess we'll see later on. So one movie I have on all of these devices that I know is in HDR is Sherlock Holmes. And both of these Sherlock Holmes actually have HDR on them. And luckily, I'd have them all downloaded on my device. Now to show that I do have it in HDR on the 8 Plus, there's one key difference between these, and that's the file size. As you can see, Sherlock Holmes on the 6 Plus is 5.65 gigabytes. Sherlock Holmes on the 8 Plus is 16.53 gigabytes, and that's because it's in HDR. Almost triple the storage movies. And this is another great thing about the plus size models. You can go into landscape mode while the SE you cannot. So let's get these movies started. We'll start with the SE, 8 Plus, and the 6 Plus. Looks like the 6 Plus already started. So this is a pretty good scene. Hopefully the screenshot will show it better than the actual camera. But this is on the 6 Plus, and this is on the 8 Plus. As you can see, the darks are a little darker, and the colors definitely are different. And this is the SE. So I will take screenshots of this scene right here. I'll post it in the video. Hopefully you'll be able to see it. But that's a slight difference of the HDR if the camera can pick it up. Like I said, you should be seeing the screenshots, and we'll see if it'll actually show up in the screenshots or not. So that's one big advantage of the 8 Plus. You can watch movies in HDR. It's not true HDR like it would be on the iPhone 10 because that has an OLED screen and HDR built into the screen. But this is actually pretty good. Now I'm going to do a few quick tests for the apps that I use the most. I use YouTube the most, so we'll see how quickly that opens, if I can get it to go. So it's pretty quick. Mind you, all these devices are on the same Wi-Fi, so hopefully there's no big differences. Now for those that use the widgets on the side, you can see how the 6 Plus is and how it just kind of judders into the sidebar. It's not very smooth. Well, it wasn't the first time. That's very stuttery. That's very smooth. That's very smooth as well. So that's just a quick look at the differences between the 8 Plus, the 6 Plus, and the SE. Main difference with the SE, it's a very quick phone. It has essentially the internals of the iPhone 6s. It has 2 gigs of RAM, the 6 Plus has 1 gig of RAM, and the 8 Plus has 3 gigs of RAM. So you'll be able to do a lot more with the 8 Plus by far than the 6 Plus. It's 3 times the RAM of the 6 Plus. Now, it's also much faster, and it is a little unfair for the 6 Plus because of the degraded battery and slower performance. This is essentially what you'll get in the real world if you have the 6 Plus and have not replaced the battery yet. This is the type of performance difference you'll see between the 6 Plus, the 8 Plus, and the SE. Now if you like having a small screen where you can do single finger, well, everything, then I'd still suggest the SE in 2017 going to 2018 is still a very speedy phone, especially with the RAM to today's standard, and it can still record in 4K on this camera. Now this camera doesn't have optical image stabilization like the 8 Plus have, the 6 Plus have, and the iPhone 8 has. So the pictures won't be as clear on this phone, I believe, or the video as the 8 Plus or the 6 Plus. But if you like having the big screen because you consume a lot of media such as videos, which is what I do. I consume a lot of YouTube videos, Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Video. I've been watching the new season of Grand Tour. Let's see if that loads up very quickly. So I started the 6 Plus before I started the SE, and the SE still beat it. So that's what I mean, the performance difference between these devices. I'd highly suggest the 8 Plus if you really like to consume media such as YouTube, Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime Video. Otherwise, I would still suggest the regular iPhone 8 as it's a very good device, or the SE as this is a very cheap device and still speedy compared to today's standards, especially compared to the 6 Plus. But that's my video. If you have any questions, make sure you post them down below. I'll try my best to answer them. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a quick thumbs up. That'll really help my channel and let me know that you like this video. And I'll catch you guys in another video. Peace.